What's up, guys and gals? My name is Splattercat, and we are here today playing the next episode of Mount & Blade Warband. I'm feeling a little off today, but I decided I was going to sit down because, as I've told you guys before, this is one of the main ways that I vent after a long day, or playing video games with you guys is pretty much how I make it through those days where I'm just not feeling so great. Over here we have a huge battle going on, and I think I'm going to jump in on it right now. I just noticed this, and I didn't realize that this thing was going on, so it looks like it's... Let's have a look here. 319 versus maybe 400. Yeah, 476 it says. We're going to get involved because this is just the sort of battle that you can use to totally and completely prop up your renown. So yeah, the renown value for this battle is 8. That's something that we want to keep an eye on because, let's see here. I want to make sure I know how many of my men have been deployed. Not that many, actually. There are a few men deployed here, but most of them are not mine. And it looks like the large proportion of my frontline troops are going to be people from my named ranks. Okay, that's fine. I could deal with that. We got a Serenade Guard in there somewhere. I guess I'll have them jump in on the battle right here because there's really no reason not to. Our force right now is comprised very, very largely of Mamluks. I believe that we have a lot of Lukes to Mam at the moment. And I feel like I'm about to get stabbed, so let me get out of the fight here. Now, one thing that we do need to remedy in this episode is we need to get ourselves a new horse. This one has become somewhat crippled, and that means he's not quite as useful to us as he might be otherwise. So I'll probably swing... Hey, what's up with that, pal? What's up with that? I didn't say you could hit me with a sword right now. I'm trying to talk to people that are here at the Nerd Castle, trying to have a little bit of fun, and you come and hit me with a sword. That's not neighborly. You just made Mr. Rogers incredibly sad. He has shed a crazy red sweatered tear just all over himself, and that's not okay. Mr. Rogers, he doesn't cry when we're up at the Nerd Castle. Mr. Rogers is one of the heroes of the Nerd Castle. That guy had an enormous spear. Not to talk about another man's spear too ambitiously, but I'm just saying he had a really huge spear. I mean, I've seen a lot of things on the internet, but that spear was most assuredly one of the largest I've ever seen. Let's be back on our way, and as I was saying... That swing was just embarrassing. Anyways, as I was saying, we need to get out here and get ourselves a new horse, because this one is getting pretty battered and beaten. He's not in very good shape, and the only way that I like my things battered is in the shape of deep-fried shrimp. In that case, you can batter like crazy. And I think I've made that joke before, but it's got to be 30 episodes ago that I made that joke, so oh my god. And so now, I'm being beaten up by men with axes. And if we survive this, ladies and gentlemen, I will be very pleased with myself. And we may not, though. It's just too many. I hate how they dogpile like that. It makes me upset. And so we lost a bunch of morale right there for some reason. Even though we kicked ass and took names, that's another one of those systems that bugs me. You lose morale if I get knocked out, which is okay, why do my troops care if I get knocked out? I'd be like, good, my boss is an asshole. That's what he deserves. Knock him the hell out. I don't even care remotely. Which is way different than caring directly. Let's see here. I hate these mountainous battlefields. I feel a bit like Francis today. As I said when I first started off, I'm not feeling so well today, and this episode is kind of my way of venting and feeling better. So if my rant today seems a little bit more grumpy than usual, then you'll just have to bear with me because, I don't know, I've got some sinus thing going on. I have no idea. It feels like I have a balloon slowly expanding inside my scalp, and at the moment there doesn't seem to be any reprieve from it. And so if I seem like I'm just a little bit overbearing today, you'll know why. Cripple horse, go faster! I command you, horse! What, do I need to put some wheels on you or something? Go, up this hill. He's like, I have a sprained ankle, asshole. I have no idea why we're losing so many troops. I have 2 HP right now, though. So it's in my best interest to make sure that I don't get hit by anything. At the moment, I'm keeping my eye out for archers. I'm making sure that there's no ridiculous just cavalry running around getting ready to hit me in the back of the head. If you're going to hit me, you hit me in the front of the head. I want this to be done honorably. Everybody knows that if you're going to strike someone in the head honorably, it has to be in the frontal region. The axis has to be directed towards the front, and then you must strike it. And there goes another victim right there, and we do have some archers taking shots at us now. Definitely gonna need a new horsey before I go any further. This playthrough is not gonna work out very well if I don't find myself a new equestrian friend. Because this is definitely a little bit slower than I'd prefer to move. And I'm probably gonna get knocked out by an arrow here any second because they've set up a trillion archers. That's right, it's more like 25, but to me, just mentally, when I see 25 objects, I say a trillion because I love to exaggerate. Anyways, let's get a hold of our own troops here. I'm going to deploy my archers to this point. And these guys are obviously trying to get some right now, but I am not open for business. Right now, I'm not at all acclimated for this kind of interaction with another human being. I am closed. So let's take maybe some of our... Yeah, let's regroup, because right now I don't feel like there's a whole lot of order going on at the moment. And right now I'm doing a big no-no, which is facing away from the archers while fighting somebody in melee combat, which is something that I'd probably pay for if the enemy was adept at their job, I suppose. But then again, I think they're too busy being slaughtered down here in the Valley of Horsey Death. I call it the Valley of Horsey Death because there's more than 2 horses dead down here. And with the expense that horses tend to cause you to expend, I suppose, you know, it's something to be worth noting. We always talk about the manpower lost during a battle, but what about the horsepower? It doesn't seem fair to me. We bring a lot of horses into these battles, and I feel like we need to address their sacrifice. We lost 2 Mamluks, that's good. How many did they lose? 100 men? Looks like we've got 484 against the remaining 115, so let's get on up in here, and we'll earn ourselves a bit more renown. I missed out on the biggest part of renown that we would have gotten. I think for the last battle we got like 7 or 8. I wasn't paying attention to the text down in the bottom left. But in any case, we got some kind of renown out of this. I'm going to tell everybody to follow me, because they're setting up on a hill right now, which is going to be super funsies, given that our entire force appears to be cavalry and random assortments of men. So let's put archers on that hill right there. God, they are just raining down on us right now. We'll give everybody else the charge order, since it doesn't appear as though they're going to come down to fight with us. And then I'm just going to keep my shield up, and we'll try and figure out a way to do this safely. I think I'm going to go around the other side. And the problem with that hill is that it's so steep that even if we go around, like if I take all of my guys with me and we go around to the other side and we try and come down the hill, it's still not going to help us at all because it's so steep that it's going to slow us down in any case. So I think for now what I'm going to do is I'm going to come around the top and I'm just going to shoot arrows down at the back of them because we're taking a lot of fire right now. What it'll do is it'll reset their aggro so they're no longer firing down upon me, and I shall be firing down upon them. Haha. And so the tables will be turned like turntables. And my horse is taking his sweet time. Of course. Looks like they've just about been run down at this point. Yeah, it'll work out. Let's make sure that we take this hill, because I really don't want them to have this hill again. That was one of those tactical situations that left me feeling bereft and without hope, so... I think if I can get... That horse just vaporized. It's a magic horse. Oh, there's another magic horse right there. Apparently all of the horses have gained the ability to pull a black cat and just vanish into thin air. It's a useful ability to have when your owner's been destroyed and you're trying to flee a field of battle. Who's left? Just that one guy over there? I'm having trouble figuring out and picking out who's remaining on this battlefield. In the last episode, you'll recall that we resided with Nords, which is pretty sweet, but when you're this far into a playthrough, none of the Lords make sense anymore anyways. Like, we've got Lords from all over the world that have come and joined Nords, and then Nords are scattered to the wind, so their Lords are all over the place. It's a weird place to be right now with regards to your alliances. God, oh my god, please let this end. 449 versus 26. Alright, apparently it wasn't enough. We have to do this worthless battle for nothing. Right here. And of course, it's given them an enormous hill. Fantastic. Let's drag... Oh, good. They didn't start on top of the hill. I feel better then. I guess I'll send my horseman out. He ran into a tree. He's a little bit special. He's that horseman that didn't make it through the second grade properly. And I think they're down to pretty much their backup troops at this point. Although that guy right there seems as though he's going to try and aim for me. So in the interest of keeping our morale high, I'm just going to skirt the edges of this thing and hope that I don't catch an arrow to the face. Although if I had to catch one to the face, I suppose I would prefer to take it like somewhere in the cheek region. Like if you think about it, just not in the eye. I think that's my rule. It's kind of like a porno rule, but just not in the eye, okay? Just don't get me in the eye and I think we can remain friends. Although getting it in the mouth too would kind of suck. Like an arrow going straight in your gob, just like... That would definitely shorten your day. You're making Murloc sounds just like... You know... Whatever, or like a high-pitched Gungan noise, I don't know. Is this over yet? Please? There it is, sound the battle cry. Wave your weapons towards the sky like you're high. For some pie. Because I always want pie when I get done getting high. The munchies are a thing. In fact, when I stop smoking, ooh, Jarl Gurlad's happy to see us. Oh, we captured the king. Hell yeah. The king is going straight into our dungeon right now. It looks like we also got our hands on a bunch of really valuable units too. So anyways, and if I have to touch a unit, I would rather it be valuable than invaluable. I mean, there's something, as long as it's like a famous unit, that would be okay. But when you're touching units like down on the corner, like Hobo units, whatever. We don't really want to touch those. Warrior, we've got 2 archers right there. We've got a veteran, fantastic. We're going to leave everybody else where they are. We captured the king, which is really, really badass. A helmet with a Lamala guard, a strong short bow. That's not very useful. I mean, some of these things are valuable, but then again, I have a bunch of stuff in my inventory already that's pretty valuable too. We also need to continue our quest for a shield that doesn't suck, like that one. Oh, never mind. We have 15 resistance on that one. Well, never mind. We swapped out our shield already. That's how long it's been since I played last. I can't even remember what I've done and what I haven't done at this point. Now that we have the king on our side, it looks like they're raiding over there. We should take Sargoth. I think that that is a thing that should happen. So let's go track down 23,000 dinars. Yeah, buddy. Getting rich up in this bitch. That's how we do it. We got 2 chains now. We started out with 1 chain. Actually, we started out with no chain, but now we got 1 gangster chain. And then after selling him off, we're going to have like a chain hanging from our chain's chain, which is going to be just off the chain. So down here, that is a really weird battle. So we have Karius and Akadan fighting against 2 guys. We should probably get in on this. This is one of those fights that I would feel sincerely guilty if I wasn't involved in it. So let's upgrade her to Camp Defender. Got a bunch of guys around here. I feel like we should probably have some more upgrades ready to go, but the weird thing is that at the moment, we have no upgrades. I think we may have too many archers at the moment, too. We have a lot of archers. We need more frontline men. We need men and women in awesome armor, shining gear, and panoplies of righteousness to stand at the forefront of the battle. The only reason I know the word panoply is because I used to go to church. That's the only place that I've ever heard the word panoply, and it was in some hymn. And I remember being like, what in the hell is a panoply when I was a kid? Like, that sounds like a really fancy $5 word. Like, it sounds like the kind of shirt that you would get, I don't know, like Banana Republic or something that would cost like $400, even though it's a really terrible shirt that'll rip the first time you put it under duress. But anyways, oh god. Yeah, it looks like they're coming out to fight with us. So, cavalry, get on that. Infantry, get on out there and cause some problems. Infantry, we're going to have them stand on the edge of this hill. And then with all of my archers, since we've got a minute here, let's place them at the top of the hill. I'm not getting any notifications, so I'm hoping that the orders I'm giving are occurring. Maybe it's because I gave too many orders in short notice, but whatever. This isn't a fancy job. We don't need to give short notice. We don't need to give long notice. We don't need to give any notice at all because we roll around the battlefield like we own the place. So you know what? Keep it to yourself, enemy units. Keep it to yourself. You can't complain. You can't put me on a 3rd notice and fire me. And if you do fire me, you better give me that unemployment. Let's see. We've got a couple of guys over here that are all trapped behind that horse. Well done, blockade horse. I'm naming that horse Bastion. That's his name. Sebastian. There we go, but with a hyphen in between because he's acted as a Bastion, but then just naming him Bastion doesn't seem like a good thing to do. He's not an MMO character. He's not a player, so we're going to give him Sebastian. We're going to punctuate it right there in the middle so that he's got a real name, but at the same time, his name also denotes what he's famous for. Being a bastion against a dozen Vaegirs, although it doesn't speak well for the Vaegirs here. Apparently they aren't smart enough to walk their way around a horse. They've been outsmarted by a horse. That's okay though, there's some pretty smart horses out there, all things considered. My ex-girlfriend worked on a ranch, and one of the guys there bred horses for Hollywood, and he had a horse that knew something like, his horse held the Guinness Book of World Records for like 25 years. This horse held the record for the most commands known by a horse. Crazy thing, I didn't even know that was a competition, but apparently that horse knew how to do all kinds of stuff. We lost some more Mamluks, because that's what Mamluks are good for in our force. They just sit around dying all day. That's okay, though. He's happier with us now. We didn't capture anybody, but we did get some more units here that we can sell. So let's throw them into the back of the cart, and then we will find ourselves... Ah, we've got a new hunter right there. Since our horse is lame, I think we can give him a couple minutes. We've got surgery. We verified in a previous episode that if we let him just hang on in the periphery, we're like, hang on, horsey, and we use those shocky paddles on him, just like, ka-gunk, and we could do like our ER type thing. He'll be okay in the next little bit, so we'll leave him in the back with the gear, and hopefully he feels better soon. Do we have any big forces right here? We have Gurlad, who's ready to go. Let me get out here, and I'm going to recruit a few Nordic troops because I feel like, Mad Dog McGriddle, at last I have found you. That's how she sounds. Mathilde sounds manly to me, but like in a sexy way. I don't know. I don't know if you can be like manly and sexy at the same time. That's weird to me. I don't know. That seems like the kind of thing that says more things about me, Freudian, than anything else, because I think you can. Because she's doing it in my head right this second. Anyways, welcome back, friend. And what you'll notice is if we go to our reports here, we've got ourselves 42 right to rule. Now, King Ragnar is going to be pissed off at us. He's going to be like, what the hell, bro? I'm supposed to be king. Why are you out there trying to declare yourself king? And we're going to be like, listen, Ragnar, you're doing the best job that you can, but this place needs an empress. It needs an imperator, someone that can lead it to victory, and you are not that guy. You have proved that. You've lost all of your land in the last little bit. Like, how do you feel about yourself right now? He's going to be like, pretty bad, actually. I was thinking about just quitting. What is that, a wandering bard? To hell with you, wandering bard. We need to sell off some of these guys that are in the rear with the gear. So, let's recruit a couple of these Nordic recruits so that while we're running around, they'll be leveling up a bit. Because we do need some front Ooh, we got 2,000 dinars for Trimbow. Yeah, we'll take it, whatever. Helbegi, they don't like me. I need to do a quest for them to make my life better so that I can recruit from Helbegi, but at the moment I haven't gotten around to it. I didn't get as many Nordic recruits there as I would have liked, so I suppose we'll just head off down here. Why am I going down here? Well, I happen to know that a couple days ago in between episodes I sold some of our ransom guys down here, and that means that they only move within, I think they have to be adjacent to cities to move in between them. I don't know if that's true, so don't quote me on it, but I think it's true. We should send some of these groups off to take over Sargoth, because Sargoth only has 212 men right there, and I feel like that's a target that we could conceivably take. Now that you guys have told me how to engage in an actual siege battle when having someone else lead it, I'll try and do that as well. Oh, he left. Well, that sucks for us. Let's sell off some of this gear then. We'll also buy some food while we're down here. They only have 658 dinars because they're broke as a joke without hope. I didn't know your jokes could have hope, but I guess that's kind of the difference between like black humor and normal humor. Like, black humor is really dour. It's like, hey, did you hear the one about the guy whose wife left him? You know? And then after that, they're like, yeah, he committed suicide. And then, like, for some reason, somebody in the crowd laughs at that joke. Like, I don't know why you would laugh at that joke. It's a little dark for me. But so I guess it's the unexpected coming through, or I guess it's the unexpected expected. I don't know. I don't know anything about comedy. I just kind of talk out of my ass and then things happen. But that's not the sort of joke that gets my giggle on. But somebody out there would laugh at it, I guess. Let's go back. We've got a little bit of cash here. And we might consider, if we could find the king, we could probably do them just him and I, the king and I. We're going to make our own musical about us storming Sargoth together. So let's go find him. Oh, those guys are pissed as hell at me. Never mind. Sorry, Gazim. I don't know what I did to you, but I feel like it was probably something pretty heinous back in the past. So I'm just going to walk away and hope that you don't remember after a while. We don't own any land at the moment. I wish we did. And taking over, we should probably go to war. Yeah, we should probably capture something down here. We should probably go to war with Svadia in the next little bit. I think that's probably who we could lay down the smack in just a little bit. But let's focus on Vigors first. I'm kind of losing my train of thought here. It is rapidly becoming derailed. Some little kid threw a penny on the tracks, and that was that. The whole thing flew off into the distance. So we've got recruits here. They're all ready to become footmen. And we need those to be Huskarls, like, right this second, because our frontline troop situation is awful. It is super, super bad. We are making money hand over fist right now, though, because we're only maintaining one place. Or, I'm sorry, we're maintaining one group. We don't have any land anymore to maintain, so there's that. Tyr seems like a pretty juicy target for the future, too. Where's the king even at right now? Let's see if we can find King Harlaus. I'm sorry, King Ragnar. I've got the wrong person. He's close to Ayinda. Where is Ayinda? That's one of those towns that I know the name, but I'm going to have trouble tracking it down. And I doubt that it's even part of... Let's look it up. So locations, we'll go down to Ayinda. It's near Suno. Okay, well that makes sense. Let's head on back down to Suno. And I just thought about the fact that I should probably... Ooh, big battle right here. And one that we could win. So let's do it like it's Friday. Get it? Because I do Friday win. There you go. Anyways, 105 versus 124. What are they comprised of at the moment? Let me make sure that they're not running some kind of ridiculous game here. Got some lancers and stuff. Whatever, let's live on the edge. It's the end of the episode anyways, so we'll tell him to surrender or die. 199. Oh, somebody jumped in on. Oh, we've got troops from this little town right here. How nice of them. Alright then, so what I'd like to do is let's have infantry gather back there. We'll have all of our archers gather way back. Now they go. And then we'll take cavalry and we'll have them follow us over to here. And once they come down the hill, we're going to have at them. Okay, so they've... Oh, hey now. I thought that was a javelin coming at me. But no, it was a spear coming out of the camera. That's way better. Coming out of the camera is better than going into me. I try to keep things... I don't like it when things go into me during my playthroughs. I feel very uncomfortable with it. And there's a joke in there somewhere. Now, obviously, the first half of this fight is going to be proportionately distributed towards farming casualties. Like, we're going to have a lot of people losing their lives in the farming community here. That's alright, though. Because we'll get reinforcements pretty soon, and our reinforcements should be sort of beefy at least. Ooh, come on now. How are you going to hit my horse with a Volge? I'm about to get unhorsed. I can feel it on the I can feel it in the breeze. Galadriel's talking right now. I can feel it in the water. And that guy I have a serious bone to pick with. So my bone is definitely going to pick at him. Now then. We've got everybody formed back up. They should be getting reinforcements pretty soon. We should be getting reinforcements pretty soon. Although it looks like we have some kind of horsey battle taking place up here. So before they coagulate, I'm going to allow my infantry to take some ground. And where is the remainder of their force? Well, it's not on the back of the hill here, so that's better than it being here. I thought I was going to come around the corner. Oh, no. Please don't do this. Oh, there's a big force right there. Okay. Oh, that guy took the hell out. Reinforcements have arrived. That's exactly what I like to hear when we're losing kind of gloriously here. Let me have my infantry fall back one more time. We're going to let the infantry take a little reprieve. And now it should be mostly my forces on the field. I see a lot of guys that are trapped in between buildings here. Get out of the way. Damn it. Alright, so it looks like they respawned in the center of the town, which is kind of strange. And this is probably a really bad idea. But I got somebody, so you know what? Bad ideas are only bad if they backfire on you. If they work out, they're not bad ideas. It's not stupid if it works. Let's collapse our infantry closer together because that line right there is nasty. That's the sort of line that I would expect to see if we were up against a lot of archers, but at the moment we aren't. You know what, just send in the infantry. It looks like our Mamluks are doing enough of, like, a nasty dent here to really just kind of skirt the edges, and I'm gonna save him from himself. That guy took a shot at me earlier, so I definitely owe him one right upside the head. Okay, so now we have a problem. We are prime target numero uno at the moment. So let me get behind a hill or something here. And hide from my comeuppance, because I've been murdering like crazy. I mean, we haven't looked at our stats lately. I'll probably do that in the next episode, but the game does keep track of like how many people you've killed, and I'm willing to bet our body count is just like at Ed Gain levels. Why does he keep swinging weird? Like, there's something about going uphill that makes you swing really oddly, and it drives me crazy. Like, it lifts their arm up a little bit, like that. You saw that right there? I was swinging low, but for whatever reason, his arm was sticking up in an odd fashion, and it irritates me. That was one of the things. It was a problem with Warband, because it doesn't exist in the original Mount & Blade. And I remember when I first got Warband, it drove me crazy that when you were going up or downhill, like, your arm bugs out a little bit. Or maybe it doesn't bug out. I mean, maybe that's like a normal thing. I've never ridden up a hill on a horse and tried to slash somebody in the face, so I don't know what happens to your arm when you attempt that. Maybe I'm completely and totally misinformed. Okay, so we lost more men than I would like to admit. But we did kill a lot of their men too, so I think that's all that really counts. We'll do one more battle. We got 4 renowned for that, and a bunch of morale, which is always good when you're running a huge troop force like this. We've got our own little goof troop going on. We definitely need them to be goofier rather than grumpier. I think it said we were up against 7 men now. There shouldn't be that many. We should steal all these cabbages while we're here too because we're low on food. I do like the graphic that they used. If you look, that's the exact same graphic. All they did is they took a screenshot of it and then they just kind of photoshopped it out and then put it into the shop tooltip. It's pretty hilarious. I always thought that was kind of funny. I mean, not in like a mean, like making fun of you type way, but I just thought it was kind of a unique way to handle it. It's like, take a screenshot of it, then cut it out. It'll work out. We captured nobody. Well, at least we got Count Mundalier away. Oh, made us happier with Swadia. That's pretty sweet. Ah, that'll be nice too. So let's replenish our troops. I'm going to take the Lancers. I'm going to take the Serenid Footmen since we can just convert them into guards maybe. And everything else we don't really have room for. So let's walk away for the time being. Now, I'm going to break off the episode here. My name is Splattercat. Thank you for joining me at the Nerd Castle for another episode of our Mountain Blade Warband playthrough. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow, and hopefully this won't be adjusted too much. I know that we've been doing the Banner Saga lately, but I've been looking at other people's playthroughs just to get a feel for how long the series is going to be, and I don't think the game's going to be that long, so we should be back to doing like Mountain Blade and something else pretty soon. I'm going to look around and see if I can't find myself a ransom broker in between episodes. Take care out there, everybody, and I will see you in the next episode.